welcome. We are back with another edition of Free Movies Worth Watching. Now, if you don't know how to watch free movies on YouTube, I've just added a short that goes over how you can do that. So you can go to my channel and click on the Shorts tab, and you will have an overview on how to be able to watch movies free on YouTube. We're waiting for our co-host, Bimbo Barbarella, Mark Kropka, and Mrs. Hopkins 73. And I'm going to I'll be reviewing this week Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr., The Panama Papers. It's a wonderful documentary, but we'll get into that. Dinner for Schmucks. And then I've been having technical difficulties, so I didn't get the list from Bimbo, Mark, or Mrs. Hopkins on what they would be reviewing last week, but we'll try and get those this week, hopefully. I always like to put them in the comments if I can. I see we have another person in panel. I hope everyone's had a good week. I've been busy trying to put out content, have things going on. Tomorrow, I'm going to try to go to a state park. Now, national parks are all free tomorrow, but there's a state park that I want to go to. We've been a couple of times, and we haven't been. We've been by it a couple of times. That looks really cool. So I have an excursion planned to go to a state park tomorrow, hopefully. And there's a barbecue place in Georgia that was actually named #1 barbecue in the South. And we're going to try and hit them up tomorrow. They may be a little busy. We'll hope they have plenty of food to accommodate their new fame. So, but yeah, Bimbo's been corresponding with me, so I know she knows about the show, Mrs. Hopkins. I put out a lot of, so I put out the short today. I put out a community post. Bimbo's been posting it a bunch. So we'll see what we get here. But Bimbo's always fashionably late. I kind of expect that most of the time. And here we have, hey, Faye, how's it going? And there's Bimbo. Yay! We might actually have a show tonight. How about that? You got the link, Bimbo? There you go. How's it going, Hiss?
Hello, how's everybody? Where?
Good. I like your Hiss shirt.
Oh,
That's all right. So did you feed Al again?
hold on.
While you do that, I'm going to do a couple things too. Try to, yeah. I hope that doesn't mess up the camera there. It shouldn't. How you been doing, Faye? Hope you've been doing well. Are you ready for fall action? Let's see. I think I could put what you doing over there, Bimbo? You putting stuff on Twitter?
No,
We oh, we
no,
usually I'm gonna do it now. Excuse me, Faye, for a sec while I do the admin portion here. Bimbo's well, let's get this posted. Oh,
somehow I can't post any messages
on what?
on Restream.
You should be able to on the side chat.
No, I'm not. I can see them
You
because
can.
because because they're in your black screen and on the side.
Oh, well, I can take them off the black screen, I think. On the side, they've moved it. You have to go down to that little bar. It says chat on the bottom.
I don't even
So
know that.
you don't have
There's
that.
private chat.
So you can't see chat at all?
No, no. The last thing I see is Faye doing well, picking lots of apples and acorns,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have any place to put anything by me.
Oh, maybe you have to scroll down a little bit.
No, no, and it won't
Hi.
let me.
Hello.
Hi.
All
Hello,
right, let me
hello.
leave. Okay, let me leave and get out of everything, and I'll come back.
All right. We'll see you in a bit. How you doing tonight, Martha?
Hi, good. I think the dog knocked down my microphone, so I'm gonna have to mute it and pick it back up.
You sound great. You sound great. One day we keep doing this, we'll get good enough to like be all set on the first try.
All right.
I'd like to
Okay.
get to the point where I can like send out tweets and everybody meet backstage before 8 and then just go live with everybody on stage. One day maybe. I'm not sure how to get rid of this crazy thing. Trying to get rid of this chat here. They're messing my mojo up. The chat on screen. I don't know why that's there. And if I hit X, it says customize logo, upgrade now. Every time I hit the X there.
Yeah,
So weird.
they're always wanting us to upgrade.
Always. Anything. Oh, there we go. If I don't have the chat on at all, then I can see everybody. Maybe. That's so weird. I don't know. Maybe Bimbo probably needs the link again. Do you think? I thought she'd be right back. I'll put it out there again. Mark may not make it. I haven't heard from him this week. But I know for him, he's just not a movie guy.
Oh,
Now the chat is back. That is so weird. Oh my gosh. All right, Restream. Let's not be consistent or anything. Oh my goodness. So I wonder if they've had many complaints about this with the Restream taking up part of the video screen. That's odd. That is very odd. There you go. We're all going to be really small this week.
Okay, but I still can't get to the chat
Under
on the blue side.
yeah, on the blue side, you see where it says, go right straight down from the very top and it says, oh, wait, you're a guest. Can you help her, Martha? I can't think of what the
I
screen shows.
well, what I can do is I can do it from YouTube. Oh, because I can do the chat from YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching on big screen over there. I could see a lot of messages over there, but like only 3 on the laptop.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know
Mhm.
why it's even showing it on the screen. Like I said, if I hit X to get it off our screen here, then it just it tells me to upgrade. That is so
Upgrade, upgrade,
crazy.
upgrade.
So I don't know. I'm looking at chat on my phone. That's what I normally do. Makes it real easy. Yeah, have you heard from Mark lately, Bimbo?
No.
I hope he's doing okay. May have to get a
Well,
call into him.
well, and like I haven't been on on any stream lately at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I hope he's all right. So we'll check on him. We'll check on him. So Martha's been all getting ready for fall. She's been getting her Temu hauls and Dollar Tree, and she's got pumpkins and little fall placards. She got a cute little maple leaf necklace.
Necklace, yeah.
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 So, yeah. And I've been getting harassed for doing pumpkin recipes. Hey, I'm trying to stick with the times. But let me say, I I actually did a little fall short video I'm going to post tomorrow, and it's the only decorating you'll get out of me all year long. I promise. And the two pumpkin recipes, because I made Chris that oatmeal, and then I had oatmeal left over though. I didn't want to waste it, so I showed how to make pumpkin lattes.
Ugh,
So
I hate pumpkin. I hate any sort of pumpkin food, drink. Pumpkins are good for one thing, blowing up.
you can't taste the pumpkin. It's all about the spice. You know?
Still, I know there's a pumpkin in it.
If I made you a pumpkin latte coffee, you wouldn't even know.
No, no, I would
You have
not.
no idea, except until the next morning because of all the fiber.
No, trust me, I get enough fiber.
So it's great for those who need fiber, and it has all that espresso in it. So, it's kind of like a laxative, fiber, everything you need when you get older.
So, and so is Addie? Did she say that she was going to do it, or
No, I haven't talked to Addie, so I need to. Because I
you're not
think
going to
Mark has he only likes music documentaries. Addie,
Yeah.
she actually went to college for this stuff. So, we need to get Addie up here. So, and I know Mark's doing more in the studio and everything now. He's been
Yeah.
pretty busy.
I
So,
mean,
but we can go ahead and get started with ours if we do.
oh, Jen, and you want me to call Mark real quick and
No,
see?
no, we'll just let him rest. We'll call him
Right.
afterwards. It's no biggie. We can go ahead and get started. Go me, then Martha, then you, Bimbo.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
fine.
good? All right. Because I have a little homework to do too. No, actually, I finished. So, movies for September. The first one I'm going to talk about is Sherlock Holmes with Robert Downey Jr. And kind of reminded me of the Batman movies more because it was so dark and gothic. I guess they were, the originals were black and white. I guess they were kind of trying to get that kind of feel, that kind of vibe of old England. But it just didn't hit for me and it wasn't very memorable. And I mean, I think if they wanted to do it, they should have just done it black and white instead of dark. And then I can't recall even kind of what the plot was, other than there was a woman involved. And then he'd remember Holmes deducting much about people or situations, and by the way they looked or something, and he would say, "Well, they had breakfast at 9 o'clock on a Tuesday at, you know, I don't know, across from Kensington Palace on a rainy day." I don't know. It just weird stuff. Um, and it was just kind of quirky. And there is a love story here as well. So, it would have been nice if they could have just had a straight Sherlock Holmes whodunit kind of movie. But it's a eh.
Back like the old movies, with Basil Rathbone, when they
Loved
were
it.
straight detective. Oh, okay. And so Mr. Bopak is here. Hello, Bopak.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Bob.
And baby.
Yeah,
And
baby
mama.
Bopak.
And mama.
And Mama
So,
Bopak.
um,
And maybe they have a dog, and maybe they have puppy Bopak.
that's right. So hello to the whole Bopak family. But yeah, so it's definitely a eh. It's not nearly as good as the ones with Basil Rathbone, and those were funny too.
Yeah,
Kind of subtle humor in those that I always appreciated. So,
I guess that baby is doing the poop fandango. Is that?
is it very,
Okay.
very frightening?
So I'm second.
You're second.
Okay. All right. So was it the show originally going to be on the 8th? Because that's what I have in my notes.
Yeah, and then
All
I
right.
think something happened with Bimbo. I think we would just readjust dates.
Oh, okay. So I got it. I'm good here. My first film was Delirious. It's a 2006 or so, not the 1991, and it's not the Eddie Murphy stand-up one either. It says it looks like an early 90s movie. Not sure because the internet says different years. And it starred Steve Buscemi. He was a lonely paparazzi. And then he takes in a young homeless guy and turns him into his assistant. They bond as friends. Michael Pitt plays a young guy. Cameos from Elvis Costello, Gina Gershon, Alison Lohman, Kevin Corrigan, Kristen Schaal. It was
Wow.
quirky, but I would not watch it again.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, nah.
So was it a drama, action, adventure?
An adventure comedy, maybe a black comedy.
Hmm. Interesting.
Well, it looks like Bopak. He liked Delirious.
Hmm. Uh,
I need to take some notes. All right. So Bimbo.
Um, okay, I had, believe it or not, my three movies were all very good, and that's surprising, because usually I'm picking, like three duds, and you know, but they were all very good. The first one I'm going to review is one that I'd known been out there, and I had never seen it, and I don't know why, but it's with Morgan Spurlock called Super Size Me. And I'm sure everybody knows the premise of this, where he did this documentary, and I had to write some notes because it's really not a movie. It's like what do you call it? Like a documentary
Yes.
about how he went to McDonald's from February 1st, 2003 to March 2nd, 2003. And he went in and he weighed 185 pounds. When he came out, he weighed 210. And he had to eat nothing but McDonald's. And The premise was that he couldn't order something supersized. They had to request it. If they requested that he, buy it, then he did.
Wow.
And he said that during this 30 days, he had mood swings, depression, headaches, sexual dysfunction. Oh, so I guess, the Big Mac was out.
It was a small fry.
But it was a supersized small fry. And he also got, and because I had to write, this down because I couldn't remember it all. He got 13% body mass increase. He had increased cholesterol and a fatty liver.
Wow.
And he said that it took him 14 months on a vegan diet to lose it.
Wow.
And
That's crazy.
um, he's done a lot of documentaries and stuff. And he said that he got this because there was a case, and I forget where it was, but these two girls had claimed that they had all these medical problems from eating nothing but McDonald's. Well, first of all, if you eat nothing but McDonald's, don't expect your health to improve.
Not at all. I mean, what's in a chicken nugget?
And like during the movie, they explained how chicken nuggets are made. They intentionally raise chickens with larger breasts, so they have more meat, more tender flesh,
Mm-hmm.
and they take off, and I guess they de-breast the chicken, so at least they don't have to wear, like double D bras anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And they debone it and mash it into a paste, and then they reshape this paste with all sorts of other additives and crap to shape it like a nugget. So you're eating like 25% chicken, and the rest is chemicals.
Mm-hmm.
And so this movie, he said, prompted McDonald's to stop, with the supersized stuff, because I don't know about you guys, Jen. I know how healthy you eat. If me and Al, if we eat 3 fast food meals a month, that's a lot, and it's never McDonald's. It's either Wendy's, Burger King, or Arby's, just depending on what I got a coupon for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But,
It's
oh
so
my-
funny. So Chris and I were on a road trip to Raleigh earlier this year, and I stopped at Cookout. And I've only eaten there one other time. And I went in and they had chicken nuggets there. And I said, I asked if the chicken nuggets were real. And she kind of looked at me like she didn't know what I was talking about. And she's like, I guess so. And so I got a small order. And of course they were the mush. They were the paste that were reshaped, and
yeah.
they were so disgusting. I was like, what's wrong with just chicken? Just
Yeah, and then Bopak says, yeah, that commercial chicken processing farming is pretty freaky. Yeah,
Mhm.
cows too, but
Yeah.
I-
But they call it even like boneless chicken. It's just chicken strips cut into thirds
yeah,
or
yeah.
fourths or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know why they call it boneless chicken. Just call it chicken nuggets. But I guess that's how you differentiate. Chicken nuggets are fake, and boneless chicken.
And they would save a lot of time and money if they could just develop a chicken with no bones.
Yeah, right? The rubber chicken.
And that's I mean, because thinking like chicken wings, I didn't know that buffaloes had wings. I didn't know that fish had wings.
But,
Yeah.
I hear rubber chickens taste like babies. So, I don't know.
Well, don't say that around Daddy. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Because Jen mentioned about Spurlock. He had a show called 30 Days, and I didn't see all of them,
Oh yeah.
but some of them were good. So Bopak says in No Country for Old Men, which is a good movie.
I've
The
not
villain
seen that.
uses the same thing they used to kill cows at a slaughterhouse. Yeah.
Wow.
I cannot imagine being put in a slaughterhouse machine.
No, no. But I
But
still eat meat.
and like I said, I can't think. The last documentary I saw was "Ladies and Gentlemen, the Rolling Stones."
Wow.
That's the last documentary because I'm not a documentary person because because they deal too much in facts. Where like I like to make shit up. You know.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to
Well,
review
yeah.
a documentary because I watched the Panama Papers, and that was an amazing documentary. And I highly recommend it for everyone. And basically, how it's basically how oligarchs operate. And I'm talking, the wealthy Americans, wealthy Europeans. This, the Panama Papers took down presidents from countries. So, and but it's how the wealthy hide wealth at an international level. And I'd forgotten actually the chaotic events this created with the prime ministers being forced to resign. But I think it was the Netherlands, Brazil, Argentina, uh, Cameron, when he was prime minister of the UK, he got caught up in it. Trump was involved in it.
Gee,
Um,
that's a surprise.
but you had all of these, presidents and prime ministers that got caught up in this release of these papers because they were able to trace the bank accounts, the corporations. But the interesting thing about the documentary, it's how the journalist found out about it, how the journalist organized, because, right, they could have a hit put out on them. Like this took down powerful people some notches. So they had to like meet secretly and like it was insane what they went through to get the story out and how it was released the day of and with at the attorneys that arranged all these fake corporations. I mean, they say offshore companies. They're not companies at all. There are no employees. There are no, like, there's no office building. There's a company name that's registered somewhere with a P.O. box that nobody ever answers. And that's where they hide the money. And they just transfer it from person to person. So, yeah, it's crazy. Or from corporation to corporation. So I found that very interesting when it first came out and I tried to follow the story. But the tax revenue losses because of these events and this hiding of the money, it's said to be in the trillions.
And Jen,
In
and so did anybody
trillions.
get Jen, and so did anybody get, like in trouble for this? Did they
Yeah.
prosecute anybody?
Yeah, there have been arrests and there's still
Oh,
investigations going on and still arrests going on all these years later. I mean, ah, let's see, the time of the release, ongoing investigations. Yeah, because it's all, trying to skirt paying taxes. Like I said, it's in the trillions. So imagine all these countries, especially poor countries, what they could have done to help people with that money. So, anyway, or build education, infrastructure, healthcare, all those good things. But So I highly recommend the Panama Papers. It is kind of like a Claddenstein action adventure kind of thing if you like that. So,
Is there any car chases?
uh, were there? There probably were from the press chasing
Ooh.
cars as presidents were trying to flee for their lives. Yeah.
Okay, okay, but we're not going to get, Steve McQueen in Bullet, going down the
Yeah.
streets of San Francisco over hills.
Yeah. No, no, none of that. None of that. So, Martha, you're
Okay.
next.
All right. So the movie I was planning on watching was Lars and the Real Girl. It was unavailable. I'd have to pay for it, so it wouldn't be free, right? So
Yeah.
instead, I watched a really good paranormal thriller, Jezebel, from 2014, and it's a nice, creepy ghost story with some voodoo mixed in, and I would watch it again. So thumbs up.
Thumbs up. And it was named after Bimbos, one of Bimbo's characters, right? Jezebel.
Well, I love creepy and ghost and voodoo, so
Yeah. So I'm a fan too.
hey, wait. Hey, oh, was I just insulted and didn't know it?
I had a friend and I'd say, yeah, I was talking to this guy and he'd just go, Jezebel. It didn't matter. All I had to mention was a man and he'd say, Jezebel. Oh gosh, it was so fun. Yeah. All right. So Bimbo.
Okay, my next movie was one that was very surprising. Very surprising. Um, go back to my notes here. It was called Dark Skies, and it claimed to be a horror movie, and it really, because I was able to watch the trailer, and the movie came out in 2013. I watched the trailer, and I can almost see why the movie didn't do that well, because the trailer said almost nothing about what the movie was about. However, it's pretty much a cast of unknowns. The only person that you would know is is J.K. Jameson, the guy from the Spider-Man movies, and he does the Farmers Insurance commercials.
I'm totally lost on that.
Okay, he's in that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, and so basically, in the trailer, it just says that this family is being stalked by an unknown entity. And that could be a plethora of things. So I didn't have a lot of hopes for this. However, I was completely wrong. Um, it starts out a little bit slow. Almost like the beginning of Poltergeist, where like these just cute little funny things happen. Like the chairs are all moved together, and and so one of the little kids ends up talking to the Sandman, and I don't want to give too much of the plot, but I almost kind of have to. It's got a very good script. Oh, the script is very well written. So whoever wrote it, they did a good job. And it has a common theme of, like, I don't know, if I say the plot, I'm gonna kind of, blow it. Well, oh, no, it was a good movie. It ends up like what they think is like paranormal is actually alien abduction. And, I don't know what you think. I don't care what people think. I actually truly believe that aliens do abduct people. But no, just for what reason? I don't know. Maybe they got us working in a coal mine. Working in a coal mine, going downtown. Um, and it's a little slow at times because they're doing this investigating with with all of their paranormal research. But the last half hour definitely pays the price for admission. And if I had actually seen this in a movie theater, I would not have been disappointed. I would have not
Okay.
been disappointed at all. It was good because you didn't get the concept of the alien abduction until the end because it had you going. And I love when movies do this. Oh, they have you going down one track, and then suddenly, the train hits the cross and goes on a completely different tangent.
Yeah.
And that's what the last half hour of this movie
That's
is.
good writing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. It was very well written. And like I said, um, because I did a little looking at like the cast and stuff, and nobody that I'd recognized. And I forgot to write down how much money it made. I mean, it barely covered its budget. But like I said, from the trailer, it really didn't give you any um, reason to go see it because it didn't seem all that interesting. Read it. It is called Dark Skies, Skies. Like I said, it was surprisingly good, and like I said, it actually ended up being a lot more. Oh, definitely was a twist. It definitely ended up being a lot more sci-fi than it did horror. Well, I mean, anytime you wake up and you see your furniture moved around and a bunch of crop ceiling and a bunch of crop circles on your ceiling, that's pretty horror. That's kind of scary.
Oh gosh. Well, that's a
Yeah.
great segue for my next pick because it is one. It was funny. I was talking to Hot Mess Missy, and we were texting this week, and she actually said she walked out on this movie, and I said, "Well, I didn't even finish it, so I don't even think I can." So it's Dinner for Schmucks. It was a 2010. Steve Carell, Paul Judd, Zach Galifianakis was in there, and he just made an appearance. But I didn't finish it. The It was like every rom com ever made. So you have the couple, and then the guy is led to do something a little bit unscrupulous, and he has a moral dilemma, and so the woman leaves him, and you know, you know how it ends, right? So,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You know how the movie's going to end. The first 5 minutes from watching it.
right, right. And I just couldn't. And Steve Carell, I mean, he was really goofy, but uh, yeah, I don't know. But he was also destructive. So that I kind of didn't appreciate. It was like, uh, and he was sober and destructing things. So I've known people that destructed things when they were drunk, and that was aggravating enough. But no, I feel like I've lost a few brain cells, and I'm starting to sound like Bimbo, you know.
Hey.
So
Oh, what is this? The insult bimbo program?
no, I'm saying like that's something you say. I just felt stupider for being around,
Oh,
watching
well,
that
yeah, that's
movie.
true.
And
Oh,
that's something you would
okay.
say, right?
Okay. Okay. Speaking of that, we take a little segue here. Okay, this shirt, it's cats, and it says hiss. Um, there's this elderly lady who bowls with us, and um, um, most of the people that bowl are younger than me, 40s and 50s, so they got it. And but she's like 70, and she's nice and she's friendly, but she tries to fit in to being, younger than she is, and she says, "Oh, oh, oh, that's that band that wears all the makeup, and I think they made a typo on your shirt. That could be worth some money." And me, in a moment of biting my tongue, and says, "No, Shelley, it's hiss for cats." She says, "Oh, I get it now." If you watch, probably like a year ago, I took her. Well, I didn't. Oh, because I made them pay because I told them that they would be on a YouTube show. I, me, her, and her daughter um, went out to Olive Garden.
Oh, I remember
And
that video.
yeah, oh my, they were just like two nebbishes. And if you don't know what a nebbish is, look it up. They're,
Word of the
and
day, nebbish.
I mean, but but she's nice and friendly, and when I made a appearance a couple weeks ago, um, um, because I had to tell him that I wasn't going to be able to bowl for at least a month because of Al's radiation, which fortunately he only has a week left, 6 days. So, and she came up and she, hi, Bimbo, hi, Bimbo. Oh, and so I was talking to her. Okay, because she bowls in the same league that my friend Vic bowls in. Yeah. Oh, remember when he was on the music show?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and like it's funny because the league, it's not a completely structured league. I mean, a lot of people like to bowl with the same people, but sometimes one lane will have too many people and somebody will have to go. Nobody ever wants poor Shelley to bowl on their lane.
That's sad. Too bad.
Yeah,
Too
but
bad.
I mean, and like I said, it's you know she's not a bad person whatsoever, but she tries too hard to fit in. And sometimes, somebody like me, oh man, I'm going to take advantage of that. But I don't as much as I could.
That's right. That's
So
right.
the
Rita
patient,
said
the,
the
the
patient with
patient with
Steve
Steve
Carell
Carell
was
was there.
excellent. Very
Yeah.
serious.
Okay. Yeah. The patient was good. And you know what I liked Steve Carell in? He was in the movie where he had to build Noah's Ark. Oh, did you ever see that?
No, that is not something I would have watched.
In the first one, it was Jim Carrey, right? He was in the
Yes.
second one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What's that one
Yeah.
called?
Yeah. Okay. Because Morgan Freeman is God,
Mhm.
Mhm.
and so he has these guys do these things for him. Because what did Jim Carrey have to do? I forget, Miss Hopkins. Do you remember?
Oh no, but his wife or girlfriend was Jennifer Aniston, and he was like
Yeah.
making the moon gigantic and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then some. I mean, The Office is not my favorite television show. I don't watch that much television really. Um, but but if it's on, I'll usually watch it because it's usually funny. It's usually funny. Okay, so who's up next?
That would be Martha
Oh, okay. I got.
Hopkins.
All right. So my last one was "But I'm a Cheerleader" from 1999. Hubby watched
Oh,
part
this
of
ought
it
to be
with me.
good.
Yeah.
This
The
ought to be good.
the cast was what attracted me to this one: Natasha Lyonne, RuPaul, Melanie Linsky, and it's about some high schoolers sent to a place to fit in so-called normal society. Makes us cheer on the kids to rebel. Very campy and a good ending, and thumbs up.
And what was that movie again?
But I'm a Cheerleader from 1999.
And so what's some of the campy stuff that they did? Okay, Mr. Bopak, thanks for stopping by with baby Bo Poop and the rest of the pockets.
Happy cleaning.
Blah.
I'm not sure what the quirky things were. I have to watch a movie more than once to remember stuff.
That's kind of how I am, because a lot
Yeah.
of times if it's really good, I'm laughing so hard or whatever,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at all the details and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know History of the World Part 1, I had to watch that several times to get everything.
And you know they're coming out with History of the World too. I
I've
think it's
heard
coming out
rumors
next
of
year.
it.
I think it's coming out next year.
Yeah, I've heard rumors of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, thanks for coming by, Bopak. Love to the family.
And my favorite part of all of History of the World Part 1 is the Spanish Inquisition. The Spanish
What a
Inquisition. What a show. The Inquisition let you know. Hey, Torquemada, what do you say?
Hey. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
Monty Python, right?
Yeah, no,
Oh, yeah.
Mel Brooks.
No? Oh,
And
yeah.
then at the end, he has the candelabra coming out of the water, spinning with the girls on it. Just-
Oh yeah, the synchronized swimming, that was great. That was
Yeah.
great. Oh yeah. That was I love that movie. I could watch it again and again. It never
And then,
gets old.
and then, like the first one, with like the Roman guys, and they all ended up smoking the weed. In
Oh yeah.
yeah,
The papyrus.
yeah, yeah. And
That was
then
crazy.
and then the French Revolution, they're playing chess, and piss boy.
What was it? Bishop jumps a queen. Pawn jumps queen. Everybody jumps the queen.
If
That
you've
was
never
so
seen History of the World Part 1, that's probably one of Mel Brooks's best movies.
I agree.
Of course, my
agree.
favorite movie is Young Frankenstein, then Blazing Saddles, and I don't know, it would be actually The Producers. His very first one is very funny,
Yes. With
Zero Mostel and
yes.
Gene Wilder, and they want to make this Broadway play that intentionally bombs, so that and so they call it Springtime for Hitler, and you see like Hitler in like ice capades. It was just so
It was so messed up.
ridiculous.
Now I saw
Huh?
the Broadway play of that, and the guy
Yeah.
who played Ferris Bueller's buddy
Yeah,
was one of the producers
yeah,
in the Broadway play that came to
yeah.
Atlanta.
His name is John something, but he was also a captain in Star Trek too. So
Oh,
yes, Mel Brooks, but he did have some duds. Okay, Robin Hood wasn't bad, but Dracula Dead and Loving It was horrible.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yeah.
Yeah, that was all right, but Dracula, and it had a good cast. It had Leslie Nielsen. It just wasn't funny.
Hmm. Yeah, I think that was a one-off. Now Mel Brooks is still alive. He's 97
yeah,
years old.
yeah, yeah.
97. So he must be Ashkenazi, because they can live forever if they don't die from a heart attack at a young age. So, but yeah.
And what is Ashkenazi?
It's a Jewish.
I know what it is. I know what it is, but you
Yeah.
might want to tell people.
Oh, yeah. It's just a Jewish.
Sect, and they live
It's
in
not
like
like a sect.
Armenia.
It's a genetic
Right,
thing.
and they live in like Armenia, Azerbaijan, all the way down there.
Yeah, yeah. So, but they have really
Okay,
amazing genes.
and think that's the same sect that the Kardashians are. So they're going to be around, and with all of their, Botox and
No,
stuff, they'll end up being like 200.
that silicone's going to kill them. The silicone will kill them from the
Um,
butt up. From the butt up.
Oh my God, it's 150 years old and she's still selling makeup.
Hey,
They're
you know,
gonna.
it's crazy that they're famous for being famous. Like they
Yeah,
never did
done
anything.
nothing. Done
No.
nothing. At least there's famous people that I don't like who have done something. Okay, like Taylor Swift. I don't like her at all. But she can sing and she can play guitar.
Now she writes her music too.
Yeah. So, but
She's
they,
talented.
yeah, but they do nothing.
Yeah,
Zero.
yeah,
Okay, their father was a high-priced LA lawyer. That's it.
yeah, yeah. It's funny, and I just wish they had been around when I was younger. You know, I had the butt and the boobs for that kind of look back then. You know, gee,
I'll be back. I'm gonna give mom a snack. Okay.
alrighty.
All right.
So yeah,
All right, so I'll wait to do my third until Miss Hopkins gets back.
yeah, because I'm
Um,
done with my third. So
yeah, yeah, and oh,
I know they're
and okay, because she did her third too, right? No,
yes, yes,
no,
she
what did
did.
she do?
But I'm a cheerleader. Is
Oh,
what she did.
yeah.
Now, what was your first one again? Oh, that's right. The
Was
Supersize
Super
Me.
Size Me, and then the second one was Dark Skies. And like I said, Dark Skies. If I, I could watch that again, no problem.
Well, I can talk about movies of note that I noticed going through the list this week. I
Okay,
think all
okay,
of that.
Jen. Okay, Jen. And like, why don't you tell people, like where the movies are, where you find
Oh,
them.
I did that way before you got on. I
Oh,
have a
okay.
short now, so I'll say it again though. But I have a short now, and if you go to my channel and then click on the Shorts tab, you'll see a little tutorial of a screenshot, and I walk you through how to find free movies worth watching. But I noticed they had, I think, all the Hunger Games there this week. Uh,
Oh my God, those movies are terrible, and the books are
yeah,
crap.
but for those who like them, there's more horror movies leading up to Halloween, a lot of those. A lot of new kids and anime, as well as classic westerns. And a few, I saw a few Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp movies this month, and a lot more movies with versions of the movie make of classic literature. So, interesting selection this
Yeah,
this
and
time.
like I love horror movies. I like older ones. Um, and like this Dark Skies, it could have been conceived as a horror movie. Um, Horror movies that I really don't follow is like um, Jason and Halloween and Jason and all them because you know only so many kids can get killed at a camp. you know, and those three guys they can only fight each other so many times. I mean, they're good for what they are, and they're, you know, because I love seeing, somebody's head get chopped off, just like everybody else.
Hmm.
Well,
See
I don't know
now,
how many people
now
like
my
getting their head chopped off, but
yeah, my summer camp had lions and alligators. So that would have been made for a really good horror movie. She could have just fed people to the animals. I think we had a panther
Okay,
too.
so we're at my third movie. Right? Right? Right?
Yes.
Right, Miss Easy Street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And now this was a movie that I had known that it had come out, and for some reason I never saw it. And I saw that it was free, and I said, "Oh, I've always wanted to see that." And you have to like this, genre of movie. It's called My Super Ex-Girlfriend, and it's a superhero movie where um, Thurma, Uma Thurman, she plays a superhero called G Girl, and of
Mhm.
course she's got the power. She flies through the air. She forces an asteroid out of the atmosphere, and saves the world. But she falls in love, and she's never been in love. And the guy she falls in love with, um, he's one of those actors that you guys have seen in a lot of movies, but you really don't know his name because he always plays like deadpan comedians, just like he's not over the top extreme funny. He just sits there and just funny. He is, and his name is Luke Wilson. And that name probably doesn't mean anything to you, but if you watch the movie and you see him, you'll say, "Oh my God, I've seen that guy in this movie, this movie, this movie." He's been
Oh,
around in a lot of movies.
he's actually the brother of Owen Wilson.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to get to that. Thank you. See now when I host a show, I don't I don't steal people's info. I've never done that. Well, maybe once, I don't know. But yes,
Well,
he
I
is.
didn't know who he was, and then I saw him. I'm like, oh, I think I've seen him before. And then he
Yes,
has
yes,
that
yes.
nose.
Yes, he is the brother of Owen Wilson.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so Uma Thurman, um I'm really not a big fan of hers. Yes. Oh, yes, Rita. He's a character actor. Yeah, exactly. Um, Not a great big fan of hers. She's been in some, but that's why I didn't like the Quentin Tarantino Kill Bill 1 and 2, just because there was too much of her in it. I mean, I like the premise about all the killing. That was enjoyable. But so anyway, so um, um, her boyfriend has this girl who just pays attention to him at work because he's kind of nebbish as well. Again, get to use, the Pee Wee Herman word of the day. Oh, whenever we say nebbish, ah! um, and so these two they intertwine, and um, where am I? Oh, and the ending is a little bit obvious. It does have a kind of a twist, but I've watched enough, movies of this kind of genre, to know what's going to happen. Oh, and I would definitely watch this again if say I was in Target and how they have like that $5 bin and that was there, I would definitely buy it. And here's Jen lists some of the movies that he's been in. God, has anybody ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
No.
Oh, Ms. Hopkins, have you ever seen Idiocracy?
No.
Oh my God, it is so funny. I think it's written by um, by Trey Parker and Matt Stone. The South Park guys.
No,
I
it's
think
written
they
by
wrote,
it's a Coen Brothers movie.
huh?
And it was a Coen Brothers movie, and it was directed by Mike Judd. Mike
Oh
Judge.
okay, yeah, okay, yeah, Mike, and he's the same guy who did Office Space,
Yeah,
which
the
is
Coen
probably
Brothers did um, Beavis and Butthead and
yeah,
King of the
yeah, yeah,
Hill, and
okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, so all right, so I had the wrong team, but it's like based in the future, and you think that our present future is bad? You got to see what happens when he goes like 200 years in the future. Just how whacknut it is.
and
I mean,
it just so happens that Idiocracy is free on YouTube right now.
oh, it is?
Yes, it is.
Well, then I know what I'm going to do tonight because I don't got to go to Al's radiation tomorrow. No, really, that is. I've got to watch that because I haven't seen
Yeah.
that in a long time.
Let's
It
see.
is so,
Copy link
and
address.
and 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 what's good about it is just so ridiculous that every scene is sillier than the next. And if you like that kind of movie, oh, you will love this. You will love this.
Good. Well,
And
I'm putting it in the. That's the link to Idiocracy, so
yeah,
should
oh,
be available.
yes, and if it means anything, Bimbo Barbarella highly recommends it.
That's right.
So that killed anybody's chance of watching it.
That's right.
Because they're saying, "Oh, I thought you only liked robots and stuff like that." No, I actually hate robots. I don't like robots.
That's why I send
Robots
her
are
pictures of
random.
robots whenever I can.
Oh, and that was so funny that picture. Oh, and okay, and now that thing, that Rocky Roku was on. Is that like a charging base for him? Oh, what was that?
No, the one I sent you this week, where I
Yeah,
had the mustache mask.
yeah, yeah.
No, that was a mammogram machine.
Oh, I thought maybe there was. I
I told
well,
her it was my new robot friend.
One of the worst robots you can have to deal with.
yeah. Well, all right. Well, I did not like that robot. No, but I thought maybe there was a place where they took, the Roku's to be, readjusted or something.
No, it
Holy
has
shit!
its
I
own
fell for that.
charging base. No.
I fell for that. Jeez, I fell off that like a lemming off a cliff.
Ah, that's great. That's funny. I'm trying to think of the last robot picture I sent you. I did send you the Roku once, but yeah, I thought I sent
Oh,
you
you need
another
to send
one.
that picture to Mrs. Hopkins too, and so she can see it.
Oh, I came across a another sci-fi movie that's on here on this list, and it was pretty good. I would watch it again. It's called Predestination, and it has Ethan Hawke and some other people in it. And it's a sci-fi. It's a time travel movie.
Oh, I never heard of that. And now I love time travel movies. So do you want to give a little synopsis or?
I'm not sure. Wow, it just jumps all over 50s,
Oh.
60s, 70s. Woman, man. There's like little hints there.
Yeah.
Well, that was a terrible trailer. That said nothing about the movie.
Oh, but yeah, I like that one. It's really good.
That's great. Oh, you know which one I saw in there that I really like is the movie Arthur. Remember with Dudley Moore?
Oh, that was all right.
That was funny for the back in the day. It was
Yeah,
funny
yeah.
because
I haven't seen that one.
it was very funny back in the day. So
Yeah,
I
it
don't know,
was.
but I have like some movies like History of the World Part One, timeless. But there are some movies that I thought were hilarious when I was younger that I've gone back to watch, and I just thought, how did I even think that was funny compared to more modern comedy? So I
Yeah.
don't know. But of course, some people are always great.
Okay. Okay, Jen and Mrs. Hopkins. Oh, what do you think your two favorite comedies are?
Oh yeah, History of the World Part One is
Okay.
probably my favorite.
Okay, Mrs. Hopkins.
I'd have to look at my collection in my room. Off the top of my head, I can't figure that out.
Sordid Lives is my second favorite.
Okay, one of my favorites, and I watched it this week. Okay, because Al accuses me of sleeping all day. So, you know, a lot of times I'll be in here pretending I'm asleep and I'm watching a movie, so that way he won't bug me. Oh, I'm sleeping. Um, one of my favorite comedies of all time is Dodgeball: The Untold Story.
Oh, that's funny. It, and it's a comedy
It's a comedy. Oh my God, it's a comedy. Yeah.
or is it like a documentary? No.
No, no, it's a comedy. It's got Vince Vaughn. It's got
Oh.
Ben Stiller.
Oh, okay. I remember that now when it came
Yeah.
out.
And then
Yeah.
the guy, and then they have this coach who's like in a wheelchair, and he says, "If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball." So he's here throwing wrenches at the people.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I asked if it was a documentary because my former roommate, he and his wife are now playing. Where are they playing? Kickball. I guess they have a kickball league down there in Florida.
Yeah.
So
I know they have a dodgeball team, a dodgeball league, but there's nothing up here. They're all down in like Clearwater, Tampa, St. Pete.
yeah, but he's
There's
60 and she's nearly 50. So they changed teams this year because the other team just was took it too seriously. How can you take dodgeball seriously? I mean,
or kickball. Yeah.
or kickball, I mean, yeah. Anyway, it should be
Yeah.
fun.
How many times? I don't know. You guys aren't real sports people, but how many times have you seen videos of like little league games where the parents are fighting in the stand?
I don't think they should be allowed. Those poor kids. Those poor kids. We had,
And Rita said, "Oh, sordid lives," and you said that. Okay, who said sordid lives?
I
Oh, Miss
did.
Hopkins, huh?
I did. That was my
Oh,
second favorite.
and what's that about?
It has Leslie Jordan, who plays a drag queen locked up in the mental institution because he thinks he's Tammy Wynette or likes to impersonate Tammy Wynette. And
Of all people.
and their mama died, and Olivia Newton-John is a singer, a tattooed leather wearing singer in a biker bar. They have Delta Burke, who lives in the trailer with her husband. I guess she kicked him out of the trailer. And that was Beau Bridges that played Delta Burke's husband. And I don't know. it just had a big cast, and it's just silly. It's
It
just
sounds
silly.
almost like a John Waters kind of movie.
And at the end, one of the ladies comes in and pops open a Pabst Blue Ribbon, and I did that at my dad's funeral, and that was not taken too well here in the South because that was also my dad's favorite movie. And so he said, "I want you to pop a beer at my funeral," and I did. But yeah,
And it had
people
to be a
people
Pabst
were
Blue
not
Ribbon.
amused, and
And
it
it had
wasn't
to
in
be
a
a Pabst
church.
Blue Ribbon. It had to be a Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Yes, because that's what they were drinking in the movie.
Oh, okay, because that's really
Hey,
not that good a beer.
hey, Hunter, how's it going? He says sometimes it takes a death to bring a family together. The all-star cast puts a comedic twist on the story of unconditional love, acceptance, and coming out in a Texas family.
Well, Hunter, nice for you to join us, when the show's almost over, but
No, Hunter was around. He watched a gardening video earlier. So,
oh,
yeah.
gardening.
Yeah, I put up a garden
Oh,
video.
who was gardening?
Me, I did a garden tour and an orchard
Oh,
tour. Yeah.
oh. And did you guys ever hear the story of the time that I was up visiting Jen? And so in order for me to eat, I had to go in her backyard and pick 3 buckets of fruit so that I could eat.
3 buckets of fruit. You ate half of that on out there, and you still brought in fruit, and
And
we still ate
and
all that sitting there
and so then
talking.
Chris had his fair share too while he was picking them.
Oh yeah. I think I still have a couple bags left of berries. So
Oh, but they
yeah.
were so good. And if you guys have never eaten like fresh, like home garden vegetables, they're fantastic. Before we got invaded, with raccoons and jackalopes, I used to have a decent garden, and I used to grow like peas, and it was nice, a nice big, like pea pods, and you just take them off the vine and just eat them. Oh, they were so good.
Yep. Chris and I would do dessert that way. Have dinner and then we'd go out and pick peas off the vine and that would be our dessert because they were so sweet.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
delicious. So did y'all pick 3 movies for next week?
No, no.
No? No. Well, I picked 3 movies for next week. My 3 will be Great Expectations from 1946. It won for Best Cinematography that year. Um, I also picked Transylvania 65000, and that's a comedy from, I believe, 1982.
You really want to watch that?
Well, I've never seen it. It was from,
Okay.
I
All
was
right.
busy
Enjoy it.
working back then. We'll
Enjoy
see.
it.
And
Enjoy
then
it.
a documentary called Seeds, The Untold Story, is available for free
Seeds.
on YouTube.
Seeds.
Seeds. It's about seeds. Seeds, like gardening, seeds, planting, farming, seeds. Hunter knows it's probably going to be about us kids making $1 an hour detasseling corn so they could have seed corn for the next year. Right, Hunter? Hunter, how much did you make when you were detasseled corn? $1, or did you make more than that? Because they're saying now those kids make like $12 or $13 an hour.
They're doing what? And so what? They're like shucking corn?
No, you know those little tassels on the top of corn?
Yeah.
So what they do, they plant one type of corn, like for 4 rows, and then they'll plant like another amount of rows with a seed corn. But what you have to do is you have to detassel the corn because you're trying to get them to cross pollinate to create a stronger type of corn. And so what you need to do is you need to take the tassels off the top because that's where the pollen comes from. So those tassels, not at the end of the corn, at the end of the plant. So you're having to reach up like 5, 6 feet high and pull those tassels off. And you go down the row like this, yanking tassels, getting your face cut and your arms cut by those corn blades, but you're taking those tassels off so that those tassels don't pollinate the corn. They get the pollination from the corn rows that are a different breed of corn.
I don't want to be cut by corn blades.
And that crossbreeding, yeah. And it's a summer job. So long sleeves, long pants.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
And it only
No.
happens for you have to get out in the fields and work. So they either hire teenage kids in the Midwest to do this or they hire migrant workers.
I just thought of something funny. The crossbred corn has kind of buck teeth.
Or no teeth at all.
Yeah.
And okay, because remember that we're doing a show on BTO for me next week, right?
Yes, we are. Bimbo
Okay,
Barbarella on September 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern.
And what I was thinking, because we're gonna do
Here we
Alice
go.
Cooper, we're gonna do Alice Cooper for Halloween. The week in between BTO and Alice Cooper, I want to do a different kind of show, and I'll run this by you guys and see what you think about it. You each get to pick a country in the world, and you have to either give your 10 favorite songs or band from that country in the show. And that way there won't be any, because lately the shows we've been doing, there's been too much, like one song everybody picks. I want to do one show where like there's going to be no sort of crossover. Does that sound like a good idea? Because figured that Mark could do Canada. And then say if you want to do USA, you would have to pick like a decade.
That's tough. I mean, I have some French artists that I like and some Latina artists that I like, but not one country.
Well, okay.
And I can't even think of 10 Latino and
Well, just listen to just listen to Gloria Estefan, and there you go.
she's the United States.
Oh,
That would be
well,
hard.
can you guys think of something else? Because I don't want to do a show where there's any kind of crossover.
I mean, even if I picked something else, we'd probably both pick Rammstein. So,
Okay, well, that would have to be Germany.
right.
And do you know 10 German artists?
No. No. I don't know 10 artists from any other country except the US.
So, okay, so, but that's something, and
Especially
Sarita
modern.
couldn't do 10 per country.
Why don't we just
Okay.
do our favorite 10 unusual artists that other people probably don't listen to?
I like that
Unusual
idea.
artists.
Yeah.
See,
Not-
because you have a lot of British bimbo, and I bet Martha has a bunch of in her genre and her era that
Randoms. Yeah.
I don't listen to. I know I have a lot of weird stuff I listen to. Same with
Okay.
Chris.
Um,
And it can include any genre of music, from
okay.
classical to, you know, whatever.
Okay, so do you
Zydeco.
want to, okay, so do you want to do like songs or bands?
Songs, probably. What do you think, Martha?
By the same artist, you mean?
Different
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 artists.
artists from different genres.
Yeah, but
A
just
list of 12
unusual. I mean, they got to be really unusual. Oh, the
that don't get
like,
mainstream radio play.
yeah. It's like a band from Norman, Oklahoma called the Chainsaw Kittens.
Hmm.
They're a great
Like,
band. They
mhm,
released 5 CDs, but nobody's ever heard of them.
mhm.
So by 12 different
Right.
artists or bands?
Yep,
Yeah,
any genre.
and it can even be country.
Hmm.
For what night is that one?
January. Oh, you
Um,
got the calendar.
well, September 29th is our next show. And then we're getting into October. It's probably going to be the October 6th show,
Okay, and so then
probably.
when? Okay, so then when would the Halloween one should be?
The 27th of October. Is that right?
No,
Alice
that can't be
Cooper.
right.
All I have is October 2023 here.
Halloween is Tuesday, October 31st. So we would want to do it Friday, the 27th.
Right. Okay. And
27th?
so when would this other one be?
That
Oh,
would
like somewhere
be
in like the teens, somewhere like October teens.
October, how about the 13th? And I'll do the movie show the 20th.
Okay. Ooh, October 13th. Ooh, that way I can
And
come
it's
up.
a Friday the
Oh, which,
13th.
oh, that's good. Ooh, yeah, I like that because then I can be creepy. Oh, 2 weeks in a row. That's
There
good.
you go.
Or 2 shows in a row.
Hmm. Hmm.
And for the Halloween um, program, costumes are not required, but they are requested.
Yeah, I've already brought that up to Chris today. I asked him if he wanted to dress up. Like
I was thinking, yeah.
he could be Alice Cooper, and I could be the chicken that got torn up in the audience. Or I could go as a bat and say, "Eat me."
And avoid
Well,
Ozzy.
okay, yeah, okay, Miss Easy Street. First of all, that was Ozzy Osbourne. That wasn't Alice Cooper.
Oh, okay. Oh, Chris actually went as Ozzy Osbourne once. I got him to dress up 2 times ever. One time I made him a costume. Remember that show? What was it? That Japanese show that they had the obstacle course?
Oh,
And they had the two
MXC.
guys commentating?
Yes, it's called MXC.
Yes. So I made
I,
him like a
I,
MXC like costume. And so he did that one year. But the next year he did Ozzy Osbourne. And I went as Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, that's cool. I
But
like those.
but he can do a really good Ozzy
I've got
impression.
I've got 3 seasons of that MXC show, and the funniest thing, well, and like the competition that they put them through is funny,
Hmm.
but the comments that the commentators make, and then some of the responses that the people give is saying, "I love clean underwear."
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
The
and look,
Japanese
we
shows
have
are
oh,
hilarious.
and look, we have somebody who decided to come out and eat because it was thunderstorming, so she hides in the closet. The cat in the closet, and you heard of the cats in the cradle.
Yes,
That's the cats in the closet.
very good. Okay, let's see.
Okay, yeah. Okay, okay. So what is it again? Now I forget for that mid
So
show.
a quick recap is we're going to do odd songs, any musicians, any genre at Bimbo Barbarella's music program on October 13th. And we'll follow that up with Alice Cooper on the 27th to celebrate Halloween. And we'll do the movies worth watching or worth seeing on the 20th.
Maybe I'll see if I can build a guillotine
There you
and
go.
have that in here.
There you go.
And then maybe Johnny will come home for that weekend, and I can, yeah, and then I'll have a dummy to put in the guillotine.
Yeah, when Johnny comes marching home, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. So,
And
but yeah, I think that's what we've got going on. And yeah, and make sure to watch Mrs. Hopkins. She does her Timu, Dollar General, and Dollar Store hauls, music, crafting, and adventures.
Jen, and so why don't you put her,
I'm
I'll put
working on
her
it.
channel in there too.
I'm going to do that right now. The if she would make a comment, and can you see chat, Martha? Are you able to access and type into chat?
Yeah, I think I can. Let's see.
And there you are.
See if we could do
Okay.
a little what are they called? Thumbnail, so I could post to Instagram.
Now I was trying to post your channel here.
Okay, yeah, because everybody talks about Instagram. I don't even have a thing on Instagram.
Instagram's a little weird. It's a little clunky for me, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just like it more than Facebook because on Facebook everything gets too darn political. Watch out.
Yeah.
Oh, the only time that I use
don't-
Facebook is when I need to talk to my sister for something.
Yeah, I don't do
And you've heard me
Facebook.
told the story of how I got in Facebook jail because I called myself retarded,
Yeah.
Yes.
and you know that whole story.
Yes.
And then I kept repeating it and repeating it, and I kept falling down deeper into the
There you are.
crevice.
Here you go.
Yeah,
There's
okay,
Mrs.
yeah.
Hopkins' link. And
Thank you. Gonna post to Instagram right now. Sometimes I get traffic from there.
okay. The so you said Al forgot that he ate earlier?
Yeah, I made him a nice sandwich, and see now I love liverwurst. I love it. It's good.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I had two different types of cheeses. One was regular American, another was pepper jack. So I put down, and on one side I did mayonnaise, and then one of the cheeses, and then the liverwurst, and then the other cheese, and then another condiment, either mayonnaise or mustard, I forget what. And I lightly toasted the bread, and I cut it into a diagonal thing, so it was in triangles. And what I started doing too, like I told Jen earlier, is he'll sit and eat an entire bag of potato chips. So we go to Sam's Club and we buy a box of 50 of those little bags. And so I emptied it out and put it on his plate. And then like 6 o'clock, when I'm feeding the cats, he says, "What are you gonna make me for dinner?" I says, "I made you that sandwich like 3 o'clock. What do you want?" He says, "I don't know. I need some kind of food. I didn't eat all day." I said, "Yeah, you did." He said, "No, and like he loves these like really horribly cheap hot dogs. The kind that are like eight hot dogs in a pack for like $1.
With bone
Yeah.
in hot dogs.
And I says, "Here, we'll eat hot dogs." He says, "Oh, okay."
uh, and nothing worse than biting into a hot dog and get a chip of bone. Actually, I
Oh,
bought some, what was it? Some ribeye for making cheesesteak. Yeah, the shaved ribeye. And Chris actually had a bone piece in that he chomped down on. I was surprised because that stuff isn't cheap. I think they could keep
I think yeah, Rita,
bone out of
poor
that
Al.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
think I once ate one of those hot dogs for some reason. I think it's when I was drinking and I ate one of those things. And I remember that I bit into like a hoof.
I hate when that
And
happens.
I think that broke one of my teeth.
Hey, you should have just seen if you could get that hoof fitted and just like, have a hoof for your uppers, right?
Uh, oh, and Jen, and I think I told you before too, because I was looking at like those dental implants.
Yeah, they're ridiculous expensive.
That is not cheap.
No. And you
I
have to
mean,
have the bone structure to be able to do
yeah.
that, which you
Oh, which I
probably
don't know
don't
if
have.
I have anymore.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
from all the
probably
chemo, I
wouldn't.
might not.
Well, just aging. The older you get, that bone starts,
How old
you
do you
get
think I am?
degeneration.
How old do you think I am? I'm only 47.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, did you need some medicine for that cough or?
I think some Metamucil to get rid of the. It's getting thick in here.
What you doing then there, Misfit?
But yeah,
All the thunder went away. What you doing down there?
so that was fun. So I enjoy doing the movies thing. I don't know how you guys feel about it.
Oh,
I mean,
I like it, and I was surprised that I picked three winners.
yeah,
Because usually I'm picking, like the dogs of war. You know.
yeah.
All
I
right,
mean,
Miss Rita. Thanks for joining us.
thanks. Good seeing you, Rita. But no, uh, I think I'm taking a chance on the Transylvania 65000. I know that, but you know, I'm willing to put
Okay,
myself
just
out
watch
there
it.
for the
Just watch
for the
it. Just
people.
watch it. Just watch it.
It may be like Dinner with Schmucks where I end up not watching it all. So, yeah.
Um. Okay, because you know that I like creepy stuff. I love comedy, and I love cartoon movies. I'll just leave it at that. I would rather watch an episode of the Teletubbies than Transylvania 65,000.
Oh, I can't
Oh my
wait.
God! Oh my God! Oh my
Quit building
God!
it up for me, bimbo.
Um, um, and one day last week, I was just like scrolling through YouTube looking at stuff, and I see the Teletubbies. I says, "Oh, I gotta watch this," because I remember that it scared me when I was a kid. Well, no, I was in my teens and it scared the hell out of me,
Right.
or in my 20s and it scared the hell out of me.
Like
My
Barney was
God,
creepy too.
huh?
I thought Barney was creepy too.
Yeah, but and now I'm 60, and the Teletubbies is even more frightening.
They were kind of like a cult to me. Like,
Yeah, it's like the Scientologists invented them, or like what's the cult that the that the South Korean guy had?
Oh, Falun Gong. No, is he South Korean? Well, they're the guys, the people that do Shen Yun, they're part of the Falun Gong, and Falun Gong is banned from China, because it is a religion, but it's a weird religion. They have like fairies and dragons, and there's this mystical stuff in there too, and that's all
Well,
part
I
of the
believe
Shen
in,
Yun show. There's nothing about culture; it's about their religion. They
well,
try
I
and pass
believe
it
in,
off as Chinese culture, but
I
it's
mean,
not.
I believe in fairies. As a matter of fact, I know quite a few fairies.
I've known a lot of fairies in my lifetime too. So, yeah. But I mean,
Oh,
it's an interesting. But Chris,
Miss Hopkins, and out there in Arizona, do you know any fairies?
Yeah, a couple of desert fairies.
they look pretty good once you get the dust off.
Yeah.
Or else they're riding around in the big bus?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris always called the Falun Gong cult the Falun Gong show.
Oh, where is the captain today?
Out laying on the couch with a bourbon
Oh, oh,
on the computer, watching something. Probably watching High Lie or something. So, yeah. Well, I guess that should probably end the show. I'll let Martha get off here and feed the fam. Or is Dan cooking tonight?
Oh, I don't know. He probably ate late. Mom is up there right in front of the TV reading the reading the messages right there.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Hey, Mama
I thought maybe,
B.
Hi.
hi,
Good
Mama B.
seeing
I thought maybe she was reading the Wall Street Journal.
She's always
And,
saying,
and then she's saying, and then she's saying, I'm not giving those damn kids nothing.
she does remind me a lot of my grandmother, though.
There's times
She
for
really
I
does.
dress her up as Sophia from the Golden Girls for Halloween. She wants to peek in right here. Want to peek in right there? Hi.
Hi, Mama
Hello,
B.
Mama B.
Hi.
Good seeing you. Oh, I love that blue on her. It looks really
Oh
good.
yeah.
It looks really, really good.
Yeah.
It's always good to see her. So. Oh gosh. All right. Well, I guess that will conclude the show this evening. So I'd like to thank everyone for participating and everyone for watching. And I guess I have nothing else to say but toodaloo.
And remember, if you have nothing to do tonight, go to the free site and watch Idiocracy. You will be a better off human for watching it, because this is how things could turn out.
Uh-oh. All righty.
All right,
Sounds
guys.
good.
Oh, good night, Miss Hopkins.
All right.
Good night, Miss Easy Street.
Good night.
See y'all.
Love y'all. See you later. See you later.
I'll try to do something maybe Wednesday. I don't know. I'll see.
Wednesday with a D.
Yeah, Wednesday. Oh,
Bye.
WENDSAY. Wednesday.
Bye, Mama B. Have a good weekend.
You too.
We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.